All right, Tesla reports today after the bell. Stakes are high. So worst performing amongst the Magnificent Seven so far in 2024. There's also anxieties about the demand for electric vehicles. Now, keep in mind the stock rallied in 2023. Record year for electric vehicle sales as it fought to get those sales through cost cutting. But now a new twist. And comes in the form of Elon Musk, as it often does, asking for more compensation amid all of this. The board, according to our next guest, really needs to determine how much the CEO is worth. For more, we're joined by Bruce Croxon, co-founder of Round 13 Capital. This is, this is what VCs look at, right? You constantly evaluate the CEO, the fit, how much that person should be compensated. What are you watching in this situation?
Well, this is a multifaceted story, which it usually is when it involves this guy, right? So, we can talk about the larger EV trends at large and how the stock's under pressure because people are still buying them, but they're not buying them at the same rate, and the margins have come down.
Yeah.
I was out with a fellow VC this week for lunch, and I'm walking down, and he's got a clean tech fund, right? So of course he's driving a Tesla, and he spent the whole walk between the restaurant and the Tesla complaining about, how much it was costing him to get his Tesla fixed. So, you've seen Hertz return their fleet of Teslas.
Part of it, yeah.
It's like costs are high to repair. So the bloom is kind of off the rose. And with Musk, we're always used to, he's got the next big hype, right? And we've been used to it as holders of the stock, which I'm not, as like, well, what's next? Why is it worth so much? Well, we got the truck coming. We've got autonomous cars, self-driving, leading edge software. So, we're going to put a car on the moon, and he threw one out into space. There's always something. So the latest is, that they're launching a new middle of the road, like low cost initiative, right? And we're supposed to get excited about that.
He was always wanting to take the company
always wanted
there.
to do that. And he's got these big AI plans. As you know, he was at the forefront of a lot of the early AI developments. But in exchange for all of this, he wants more stock. And it's not about control with him because he's effectively got it. The hurdle is so high to override at the board as public shareholders to override any decision he wants to make.
So what do you think it's about?
It's about having more money as the stock goes down so that he can fund, I think, his other stuff, right? And it's just, the guy's a master at using leverage when he has it. And I think it's just a case of, look, if you want all my hype to keep rewarding the shareholders, then you're going to have to pay me more money.
You think he's going to get it? And to be clear, he has about 13% of the shares outstanding. He's saying I need to have above 25. Which, by the way, he was close to before he used Tesla's piggy bank to fund Twitter, now X.
Yeah, I think my guess is he probably will get it because the guy has...
Which is unprecedented historically, right? He's
in terms of someone getting that kind of comp package?
Yeah, the comp package. He's already the most richly compensated CEO.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that historical fact, but what are their alternatives? Unless they settle down to just be like any other company putting out EVs, which is an option. But if they want to continue to trade at this premium, the guy's a master at generating hype. So my guess is he'll get something, might not end up with 25%. Again, he doesn't need it for control. It's really just a grab. So when he has to sell more stock to fund X, right? Which he
or even,
and I mean X, not X, the long list of things he's got. I mean X, another story.
Twitter, formerly known as Twitter.
Formerly known as Twitter.
Can we spend a beat, though, on electric vehicles? Because there are questions about the growth rate and whether, to your point, are people turning on it and going back to gas cars?
So listen, I think there's some headwinds. If the Republicans get back in the U.S., there'll be more headwinds. I see it as a blip because I see our route to electric vehicles as inevitable. So the rate is a little bit slower because they are expensive. There's been some negative press in the north and the northeast about what the cold does to how far you can drive. So there's some PR issues. The Chinese have come up with some very low-cost, efficient ones. So there's some things that are happening to battle the trend. It's growing, just not as fast. I see it as a very short-term situation. I think it's inevitable. The government's by and large, are
Yes,
behind
yeah,
it.
yeah.
The grids are catching up. The battery technology is getting better and better and better and less expensive. We'll figure out how to fix them. We'll have the network, you know, it's growing every day kind of thing. Tesla's sharing their charging stations with others.
Yeah.
Ford, Volkswagen, everybody else
going
is
there.
putting some killer
Maybe
cars
some
out
speed
there.
bumps
It's
along the way.
happening. Speed
All right.
bump is a good word. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
That's Bruce Croxon joining us from Round 13. We're going to take